This is your November 2025 market update, and November has been a very interesting month so far since they floated the proposal of a 50-year mortgage to help buyers qualify to purchase a home. The minute this dropped, the industry jumped into a full-on debate about how this could impact borrowers' affordability and demand. And it's all over the news. I'm sure you already saw it. There's people that are all about the 50-year mortgage, and there's people that are totally against it. I feel this proposal may look helpful at first because we all know that the longer you amortize a loan, the lower the payments become. But that doesn't fix the real problem. The affordability crisis that Phoenix, Arizona, and many cities in the country are going through. It's giving used car dealership when they really want to sell you that car. So they're offering you that 84-month loan instead of the ideal 60. Just to make the payments lower, but at the end, you are paying for the price of the car 10 times over. It feels gimmicky to me. I don't know. Instead of building more homes, incentivize builders to build the right inventory, fix zoning problems so more of the right inventory could be built in urban areas because most people don't want to live in the boonies. Lower the interest rates and increase salaries for skilled workers. To me, those look like solutions to the affordability problem, but stretching the loan longer doesn't sound like a solution to me because that leaves home prices and interest rates the same. So the price doesn't change, you just have more time to pay for it. How is that fixing anything? For context, on a $400,000 loan at 6.3%, the principal and interest payment on a 30-year is $2,475, and on a 50-year is $2,225, a difference of $250 a month. So that's trading 20 years for $250 basically. And the cost of that savings is a much lower repayment of the loan, which will create issues when you want to sell the house in less than 5 years. That puts a lot of pressure on annual appreciation to build equity. And if you've been following me or following our local market, we haven't had much appreciation in the last 3 years. Appreciation happens in the long run. So to expect a lot of appreciation after only a few years of ownership is not realistic. Let's remember that this is just a proposal. This is not a done deal yet, but it's been a hot topic for the last 10 days and everybody's talking about it. So if you have an opinion, I would love to hear it. Please share it on the comments below. Let's bring things back to reality and back to the Phoenix market. The good news for buyers is that listings are coming down from their original list price. For first-time home buyers looking under $400,000 in Greater Phoenix, prices have actually come down 10 to 14%. Price reductions from the peak of 2022 and 3 to 5% just in the last year alone. So per the increase of mortgage applications this month, it looks like the market is moving more now than in November of last year. At around 6.25%, mortgage rates are down from their peak of 7.25% at the beginning of 2025. That's a whole point from the beginning of 2025 to now. So lower prices combined with lowered mortgage rates puts payments down 15% over the course of last year. This does not include an extra 20% or so off your first year provided by a temporary rate buydown paid by 65% of sellers in this price range at this time. I am negotiating rate buydowns and seller paid closing costs left and right for my buyers right now. It took a while for the buyers to mobilize, but better late than never, I say. So far, this is the best fourth quarter that the Phoenix Metro has seen in 3 years for contract activity. Listings under contract are up 15% over the last year with notable improvements in the market under 300,000 and the market over $1 million. So the bottom market and right where the luxury market starts at 1 million is where we see the most improvement in contract activity. In the meantime, stock market performance and other factors did well enough to boost the luxury market in Q4. Contracts in escrow between $1 million and $2 million are up 25% over the past 5 weeks and up 16% over last year. Contracts in escrow over $2 million have risen 25% over the past 9 weeks, putting them at 7% over last year. It hasn't been enough to boost contracts in retirement communities much, but Sun City, Sun City West, and Sun Lakes are still doing a little better than last year. Contract activity typically drops after the Thanksgiving holiday until the new year begins. This sparks a wave of price reductions just before Thanksgiving, followed by a tickle of reductions in December. January is the most popular month for new listings to hit the market, so properties that don't sell between now and December should expect another wave of price reductions in the first weeks of January. However, the best time to buy a house is in the last quarter of the year, so right now. is where you will find less competition and more negotiable sellers. Overall, while demand is slowly improving, supply is still on the rise and keeping most cities in balance or buyers markets. Home prices are still considered high, so they're under pressure, and buyers are looking for the best of the best value for their budget. Competition and negotiations can get fierce in December, especially in those areas competing with new home subdivisions. If you're a resale home and you're surrounded by new homes, that's tough because builders are offering a lot of incentives that sellers simply can't compete with. I hope this information was helpful. Please comment below. I always like to read your comments for feedback. And don't forget to subscribe if you haven't subscribed already. And until next time.